We are the restaurant brokers, and we sell restaurants.
We started the nation's largest restaurant brokerage firm over a decade ago.
Atlanta, Georgia was our starting point, but our brand is spreading nationwide. We define restaurant brokerage and help buyers just like these.
Our dream, our goal, open up a restaurant, loving life, serving people breakfast and lunch, and then enjoying the rest of the day with them and ourselves.
Buying an existing restaurant, leasing a closed restaurant space, or purchasing a restaurant franchise. We help buyers satisfy their appetite for acquisition.
I'm part of a husband and wife team with this fella.
Working with my wife has been a lot of fun. The ultimate goal for everybody here is to make this work. And because we have different strengths, we bring different angles to the deal.
The process begins with our powerhouse website, WeSellRestaurants.com, where buyers sign online confidentiality agreements and browse restaurants for sale.
Then we send buyers undercover to check out a restaurant and decide if it's the right one for them.
Buyers get our proprietary business analysis tool with all the financial details on the business for sale.
After studying the restaurant inside and out, it's back to our office.
We're deal makers. We write contracts and negotiate terms for buyers and sellers. That's why we sell more restaurants than any other firm in the nation. We are the restaurant brokers. Our name says it all. You're back on the air with the Restaurant Brokers, Eric and Robin Gagnon, and this week we are talking with delivery experts. Eric, I don't think customers can get enough of having those meals delivered straight to the door, and you and I are some of their customers, right?
I know, and I'm about to just give it up and just call Zifty 24/7. I mean, this is great. I mean, this is such a fantastic idea, and I think this is also very enlightening for people that may think about expanding in the coming months and years, into more of delivery. And, why reinvent the wheel when you have people out there that are already doing it? And we're about to find out some more about them. So you have a question for one of our guests today, Robin?
I wanted to start with Chef Jessica, because you have some really innovative things that you are delivering. But what made you start this business? What kind of got you into the food delivery business to begin with?
Well, I've always known that I wanted to be a chef. I've been very passionate about food since I was young. But what really changed my my perception on food is, in culinary school, I found out that my father was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and he got very ill to the point where the doctors wanted him on insulin. And I was in culinary school and had a class on culinary nutrition, and I just knew that that was my opportunity to change my father's life. And from then, my father, he's literally half the man he used to be by weight. And he's a marathon runner, and he takes no medicine. And it took, about 10 years for him to really, make all the changes final. But, I mean, just seeing him do that and knowing the power of nutrition just made me want to further that and help as many people as I could. So that's pretty much what started the business for me, and because I saw it firsthand.
That is a great story. And, we see so many things in the restaurant business that start out a personal experience.
Yeah. Hey, Jen, I want to talk to you a little bit about, we see a lot of people that want to get into delivery. A lot of restaurants are thinking about it. And one of the biggest complaint we hear, or challenge, I guess, maybe not complaints, like, by the time the food gets to the customer, it's too cold. And, then they won't get the real experience of my restaurant and everything. What have you seen, or is there some secrets or things that you guys have figured out besides the limited menu that are taking care of that aspect of the challenge that you have in the delivery business?
Well, one is, working, with the best hot bag that you can find on the market. They're definitely not all created equally. And so we've got some great hot bags. And the other part is, we know what the ticket time is. So we're placing that order with the restaurant when they're that many minutes away. We know how long, once that food is picked up, that it's going to take to get to that person. And so keeping all of those numbers as small as possible is what keeps it hot and fresh. The driver's not going to pick up for 3 different customers and then make those deliveries, 1, 2, 3. They're going to go directly from restaurant to the customer to keep that freshness, in place and to make sure it's hot.
And I think that is the primary thing for the customer service side of it, is really understanding. And I think you guys have solved for that model. And a lot of it has been, I guess, with this initial modeling and technology, that your partner developed long ago. But did you foresee that, 9-10 years into the future, people would have their apps and they would be literally tracking your drivers door to door?
When he first said that he had designed a tracker, I thought I was a little curious to see if people would be interested in using it, or maybe it would be 20% of our customers. And we had so much feedback, and people absolutely love the idea that they can see exactly what's going on. Because a lot of times people can order from us, they can pre-order up to a month in advance and say, I want dinner on Friday between this time and this time, or they can order for immediate delivery. And it takes a little bit of that edge off of where's my stuff when you can actually watch and see that, oh, the driver has been waiting at the restaurant for 11 minutes for my food. My food hasn't been sitting in the car forever, or, the driver isn't even there yet. So it takes a little bit of that question mark out for them, and they love having the fact that they can track it, way tighter than something like, if you're getting a package from UPS or something like that, to be able to see it real time. So, and they also love the fact that at first our quoting times would be kind of based on the volume of deliveries that we're doing. And now when you look at each restaurant, they each have their own real-time quoting that's based on all the things that are going on behind it, so that customer can decide, oh, wow, I can get that in 36 minutes, or that's going to be an hour and 12 minutes. So they have a lot more power, and they what they're willing to wait for. So we've seen great response from that too. Todd designed the back end, but it's obviously been continuously tweaked with everything we've learned along the way. And thank goodness he's an amazing coder. So, he can make those changes.
So it may influence what I want to eat. If I'm really hungry and I want something in 20 minutes, I may not pick something that's got a delivery time of an hour and 30 minutes. I'm going to look for something. So that may change somebody's mind about a different restaurant just because of the fact that the availability of the delivery time, correct?
Exactly.
That is phenomenal.
So that's like just changing restaurants in the when you go in and see what the wait time is, and you just go to the restaurant next door and try that too. I think that's great. Now, Chef Jess, you have a little bit longer lead time for the most part, do you think, because people are sort of ordering custom type meals, and they're ordering in advance, a week or 2 weeks at a time, something more like that? Is that correct?
Yes, we actually have people who order a month in advance to ensure that their meal service, to ensure that they get exactly what they want on their meal service. We have people who call in and say, hey, I'm going on vacation. Can you stop our meals? We do require a 24-hour notice. So, a little bit different from Jen's business, that you do need to let us know 24 hours just so that I make sure I have everything that specific person needs, because we do not have preset menus because everything is so personalized.
So, Jen, I have a question for you. Did you or your partner, either one, come out of the restaurant business, or were you more, he was coding technology type stuff. Did either one of you work in the restaurant business before you got into this?
No, not at all. I was in the recruiting world, and doing business development more on the corporate America side of things. So no, neither one of us. Just as someone who went to restaurants, but no, never worked in a restaurant.
So I think that's great, because it lets people know that you can have wonderful ideas that come from outside this industry, and then they can find such widespread and universal applicability and so many options, and then you really learn a lot about the food business on the back end of it, because you've obviously learned a lot about food temperatures, food safety, and that type of thing. That's all the time we have today for just really a great segment on delivery. It really is America's secret passion. To learn more about this and other topics, visit us online at WeSellRestaurants.com. Take just a minute, like us on our Facebook page. We're at Facebook.com/WeSellRestaurants. Of course, we're on Twitter at SellRestaurants. This is Eric and Robin Gagnon. We'll be right back after this very short timeout.